TV network.
Mark is on his way, boy.
Lindsay & Associates started in 1973. This is our 48th year in real estate in Northwest Arkansas. We have two locations, one in Fayetteville and one in Rogers. And we are here to serve the people of our community. And as my dad always said, at Lindsay & Associates, we bring great neighbors together.
Hello, Northwest Arkansas. I am Darren Storms with Storms Orthodontics. Here at Storms Orthodontics, we're proud to be able to sponsor the Fayetteville Bulldogs for this upcoming season. We wish you guys the best of luck. Have a safe and happy and healthy football season. Go Dogs. Good luck, boys.
Perfect.
TV network.
That's the difference between being able to play varsity basketball someday is being able to listen and do exactly what we ask you to do. Notice I stopped the whole practice for that one thing. Go.
Hey guys, this is Pat Jenkins of On the Hill Media and voice of Fayetteville High Bulldogs Athletics. Make sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel, that's On the Hill Media. Make sure you hit the bell for all notifications. As we say, let's get it. The Fayetteville Bulldog basketball. It's the Bulldog pregame show here on the Hill Media TV, where the Fayetteville Bulldogs host in a 6A West matchup and senior night here at the Dog Pound, the Heritage War Eagles. And I'm joined now by the head man himself, Coach Brad Stamps. Coach, welcome to the show.
Hey, good to be on here, Pat.
We can talk about the game tonight, Coach, but it's really about your four seniors as they'll play their last game at Fayetteville High School. Talk about, as a coach, with this being your first senior guys, these guys came in when you initially took over as the head dog. I mean, how special has this class been, Brad?
Yeah, it has been, Pat. It's been special in lots of ways. It's been special just, these six young men with my four players and two managers that are seniors have been with me, like you said, since I took the job. And we've been through, some ups and downs. We've been through successes. We've been through some heartbreak. We've been through everything that you could imagine. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud that, I'm linked with a group that's, represented our school. They've represented our community and our basketball program in the way that they have. I've got a lot of respect for them. They all come from good families that understand it and that value, athletics and value what we stand for, and they're a big part of what we do.
Speak on those two managers, Jackson and Barrett guy. Very important, Brad. How special and important are those guys to this program and have been for 3 years? They've been
without a doubt. From day one, they've stepped in and, Coach, I'll do whatever you need me to do. I just want to be a part of this. And they've had every task known to man, whether it was filming games, whether it was doing stats on the sideline, whether it was setting up our practice, whether it was getting the ball rack out, giving the practice plans to staff. When recruits or when college coaches come in, they greet them, they give them a practice plan. They're a representation of us, and what two unbelievable young men that have done that. There's never been a task that was too big, that they were too big for. They just want to be a part of what we do, and we're definitely, people asked me the other day, what are you going to do, next year for managers? And I said, I don't know, but it's going to be hard to replace these two. So we're going to miss them.
Talk about Derek, Desmond Gray. He's a guy, Brad, yeah. I think he's been that guy off the bench for the last couple of years and just played his role. I mean, as a senior, speak on just, what he's meant to the program.
He's been a great deal. He's a kid that's an everyday guy. He comes to practice. He never misses. He's, an unbelievable student in the classroom, involved in so many different organizations and clubs. A young man that's, quite honestly, Pat has probably had to sacrifice more than any other senior as far as, maybe playing time. And that's hard to do. It's hard to come to work every day and put it in and maybe not see quite the reward as far as playing time goes. And that's a credit to him. That's a credit to, what's inside him and what it's about. And I know he's proud, to play in senior night tonight. And I know he's proud that hopefully we can lock up a conference championship on senior night for him. Sawyer
Keith is another guy, Brad, that's come up through your program. Just speak on Sawyer and just what he's meant as a Bulldog.
Yeah, Sawyer's had several roles for us over his time. He played varsity as a sophomore. Big shots for us to give us, quite honestly, he's responsible for quite a few of those games early last year of our success, and just kind of stuck with us. He's come off the bench several times, and we talked to him about the difference between starting a game and coming off the bench, and we liked having him come off the bench to give us a lift. He can come in and make shots. He can come in and defend, and then he started a handful of games here late. And we're going to need Sawyer. We're going to need him to play at his best in order for us to continue to have success as we wind down.
A guy that that I have a great appreciation for, and maybe not the biggest on the court, but one of the hugest hearts I've seen during his career at Fayetteville High, Jack Erk, Brad. Speak on J.E. and just what he means to this program, because I know, when you speak on him, it's really an emotional thing, and rightfully it's earned. But just speak on Jack.
Yeah, it is. It's he's a kid that been through everything, especially this year as a senior, with some injury stuff that he's gone through. We've spoke on that, and just the mental grind that was for him. He just wanted to be a contributor, and he just wanted to be out there. He wanted his senior year to be special, and several behind the maybe seen closed door meetings with Jack about his performance, about how he was really carrying that burden of not being able to do what he felt like he was capable of doing because of his setback and because of the injury, and to see him just kind of stick through it. Told him several times during that stretch that you're going to be a big part of why we win and a big part of why we're successful. Just keep staying in there, and we believe in you, and our team believes in him. And down the stretch here, the last few games, he always seems to be in the right spot. He always makes the right play. He just makes winning plays, and he's a kid that I'm gonna miss personally, but our team's gonna miss just his winning efforts.
Lastly, Landon Glasper, the young man that many are going to miss just by his ability to score the ball. Don't think that we'll see another guy put it in the hole like number 3 did. Brad, talk about Landon and just what he's meant over a 3-year period.
Yeah. He came in, we knew we had a kid that I wouldn't say he was immature, but a kid that was coming in as a freshman off his freshman year that, did some really good things in freshman basketball, and a kid that kept telling me, Coach, I can play on this level. I can play on this level. And we just kept putting him in situations where we felt like he could help us. And he did. He came in as sophomores and hit some big shots. He always spoke about his fearless mentality of it doesn't matter what it is, he's gonna try to do it. And then, as a junior last year, had, quite honestly, down the stretch of the season, probably was the player of our league, down the last, whatever games, 8 or 9 games this season. And then this year we talked to him preseason about, the recruiting process for him, that he was going through, of just putting that aside and just being who you are, and proving to people by your play. And he's done that, and he went through a stretch where he was scoring 25 a night for us over a 4 or 5 game period. Teams are now really putting focus on trying to be physical with him and grab him and hold him, and he's still playing through it and scoring 20, and he can score it. There's no doubt about that. And I'm kind of anxious to see. We just talked this morning about his legacy. And his legacy is not, being the leading scorer on a Fayetteville basketball team. His legacy is going to be, can he carry us and be a part of a winning season, season by hanging a banner and maybe 2 banners, and just being a part of that is going to be his legacy.
As I said, Brad, we could talk about, the keys to the game, but it's more about your seniors. And I know you got to get back in and have your final home words with this group. But when you think about this class, for those that'll either watch it tonight on the Hill Media TV or they're going to come in for senior night, what do you sum up this senior class in one word when they leave here? I mean, if Brad, what would be that word you would tell people when they ask about that senior class of 2022?
I would just say they're winners. They're winners, and that's not defined by what they do on the floor, even though they're going to be a part of, a few of them are going to be a part of 60 plus wins over a 3-year period. Hopefully a conference championship, maybe a state championship, and they're going to be a part of that, but that's not who they are. They're not defined by what they do on the basketball floor. They're winners off the floor, and so I'm proud of that.
Well, Coach, I don't need any final words from the coach himself. You've really hit on all key points. All I can say is good luck tonight. Hope we get that championship. And Brad, as always, love having you as a leader of the Fayetteville Bulldogs.
Thank you, Pat. Means a lot.
That was the head coach, Brad Stamps. Hey, that's going to wrap it up. We didn't have to have any players. Coach wrapped it up on Senior Day because it's about them tonight. Next up, we got Bulldog basketball, 6A West style, Fayetteville and Rogers Heritage. You've been watching Fayetteville Bulldog pregame show on the Hill Media TV.
Senior night, great night to test these guys. Fayetteville's coming off their first loss in the conference. You want to see how they respond, see how they deal with this being senior night. A lot of things going on. It's a great test for these guys.
Coming off of that game Friday, Fayetteville didn't play like we know Fayetteville can play, but what can they do? Get that taste out of their mouth and close this out. One win to be the outright conference championship. You think tonight is the night?
They ought to be favored in this game, but if you recall, when we traveled to Heritage, Fayetteville ran out on Heritage. They were on pace for about 102-point game, and were running away with it, and ended up having to scrape away. I think Heritage had a chance to win it late.
Right. Starters for tonight's game. First for the visiting Heritage War Eagles in the orange uniforms, blue numbers trimmed in white. Noah Green, 5'11 senior, Matt Brown, Jaden Torres, Micah Hill, and Carson Simmons. For the Fayetteville Bulldogs, Jack Irk, Sawyer Key, Landon Glasper, Desmond Gray, and Ornette Gaines. Nothing else to say there, but let's get it.
You get 4 seniors starting for Fayetteville. And Fayetteville almost had the tip, but just through the hands of Irk.
Heritage will have the basketball. Hill for the 3. No good. Gaines with the rebound.
Hill's their best offensive
Ahead
player.
to Irk. Ball blocked. Torres. 3-pointer. No good. Loose ball. Back up, no good. Rebound comes to Keith.
Jack Irk with the block.
Big boy today.
Shortest man on the court. It's a block on the second possession. I love it.
Gray. Baseline to Keith. Glasper with the pump fake. Nice jumper, Landon Glasper for 2.
Glasper's a senior, and what we saw last game was Lauren Lindsay get 16 threes up on her senior day. I wouldn't be surprised if Landon competes with that.
How many did she hit tonight, Derek?
She was 5 of 16 from the floor, almost 33%.
Oh,
and hit 2 big ones late, by the way, that sealed the game.
Ball stolen away by Glasper. Ahead to Keith. He'll go down with the right hand. Good. Sawyer Keith with the layup.
Well, what a way to start the senior night off for him.
Torres into the
That's his offhand, by the way, finishing right like that.
Right. Gray, as he'll come away with the loose ball for the Dogs. Little flip, no good. Green's going to come out of there with it.
Great hustle by Dez to get that steal.
I'm sorry, Brown with the basketball. Nice ball pressure stolen away by Glasper. Into the front court for the Dogs. He'll step into the 3. Good! Landon Glasper with the shooter's wall as we'll get a timeout. 5:48 in the first quarter. Dogs up 7-0.
That one looked like a Bob Barker Plinko game.
Yes,
that thing hit everything on the way down and landed in the 3-point slot.
Yes, it did. Derek, talk about the activity Fayetteville is having with their hands on the defensive side of the court. I mean, a lot of passes have gotten tipped here in the early going.
Yeah, and Rogers Heritage starts 5 seniors. They're an old team. They have a lot of senior leadership on the floor. They're having a hard time swinging the pass. They've tried 2 skip passes. They've both been stolen. Fayetteville is pressuring the ball, but the steal hasn't come on the ball. It's been the pressure has made the pass be subpar, and then the pass has gotten stolen from the recipient.
Officials for tonight's ball game, Justin Cunningham, Mike Dunn, and Ryan Aiken are the officials crew for tonight's matchup. Heritage into the front court. Simmons, he'll leave it off for Hill. Hill with the three. Good, Micah Hill for three.
3 points.
Man, Hill's a bucket. He can score.
He is.
He's got deep range. He's a D2 or high, mid-major D1 basketball player.
I agree. Glasper, nice play to Keith, block. Simmons into the front court. He'll go down the lane. Off for Hill for three. Good, Micah Hill.
And just like that, it's a one-point game.
Hill can stroke it.
Yeah. He elevates. He's 6'3", 6'4". Yes. Good athleticism, nice high release.
Right.
It's pretty tough to defend. We talked about in the girls' game how keeping him from getting the ball is the secret.
Gray. Back to Glasper. Key. Erk for three, no good. Torres high for the rebound. Ahead to Hill for three. Off the iron. And it'll be go over to Fayetteville. That'll hit the top of the backboard.
Well, this is an unusual starting lineup for Fayetteville.
Yes.
They started 4 seniors. The 4 seniors that are on this roster are all started. Sawyer Keith has started some games. Erk has started some games. Desmond hadn't started a game this year. So this is a little bit, you expect them to be a little bit choppy.
Right. Glasper into the front court for Fayetteville. He'll leave it for Keith.
Yeah, 3 and 33, you kind of know what you're getting.
Back to Gray. He'll go right to the good Desmond Gray for the deuce.
And that ball teetered up on the rim, just trying to make up its mind for a little while.
Torres on the drive. He'll shoot the mid-range jumper off the back of the iron. Rebound comes to Erk. Erk ahead to Keith. Sawyer will go all the way with the step through. No good. He'll get his rebound. Go back up with it, and he's going to draw the contact. As Jaden Haney at the scorer's table set to check in. 3:49 to go. Dogs up here in the first period early. 9-6. Sawyer Keith at the line for 2 free throws for the Bulldogs. It rattles around, no good. Noah Green charged with his first foul, first team foul.
And
Torres will check out.
Jaden Haney about to check in for Keith if Keith makes this free throw.
James Isabel will replace Simmons in the lineup. Haney will be checking in, replacing Sawyer Keith. Missed both of them. Gaines with the rebound. Skip. No good. Isbell into the front court. Torres down the left lane. He'll pick the dribble up. And it's going to be knocked out of bounds. We'll stay with Heritage as Jaden Haney and Graham Whitty will check in, replacing Sawyer Keith and Desmond Gray. Torres, Isbell, he'll drive, little floater up, no good. Glasper will come away with it for Fayetteville. He'll be in the front court. Nice pass to Haney, to Whitty. And Graham's going to be called for the 3-second call.
You like to see Whitty sometimes be a little more aggressive on offense.
Yes.
He's a glue guy, and you know how I feel about glue guys. Will Yokley is a glue guy. I'm a big fan, but you've got to be a threat down there.
Right.
You owe it to your team to be, you've got to be guarded.
Good point, Derek. Green with the basketball. He'll get it back to Torres. And they're going to get Whitty on the block.
Whitty cannot be involved in a play without getting a foul call. That guy is a magnet for those calls.
If you're watching tonight's game on our YouTube live stream, comment, tell us what you think. Comment on throughout the game tonight. Or just give us a go Dogs. Haney, back to Gaines.
Glasper from about 30.
And it's going to stay with Fayetteville off of Heritage.
Great
Mason
play
Simpson set to check in, replacing Jack Irk.
Great play by Irk right before he goes out to fight for that long rebound and give Fayetteville another possession.
Right. Dogs set to inbound the basketball right in front of the Heritage bench. Glasper will receive the ball. 9-6 Fayetteville, 2.5 to go in the first period. Inbound to Gaines. Gaines from deep, no good. Torres with the rebound.
You watch that NBA All-Star game, you saw that the game has changed and people's range is just so much different than it used to be.
Whitty with the rebound. Gaines, and they're going to get Gaines on the step out. Simmons set to check in.
Was talking about that range these guys shoot from. You watch Ornette shoot one from 26. That's his range. He's actually a pretty good shooter from there. Right. So, you know, you can't – that shot 10 years ago would have pulled any player out of the game.
Matt Brown and Simmons checks in for Heritage. Whoa. Hill no good. Whitty up high for the rebound. I'm sorry, Mason Simpson with the rebound. To Gaines. Whitty. Glasper, good. Landon Glasper, threes, please.
Great.
He's got 8 of the 12 for the Bulldogs.
Great pass by Mason Simpson. Mason probably had a 3 that it was close to open. One extra pass made it all the way open.
Real good ball pressure for the Dogs. Bounce pass, blocked by Haney, saved by Whitty. Haney with the basketball. Ahead to Glasper. And he's going to be fouled. Ooh.
He might have got
away. That's
away.
going to be Matt Brown charged with the foul. His first, second team foul on the War Eagles of Heritage.
Yeah, tip of the cap to Matt Brown for not freaking out about that call. That was a pretty clean block. You make one on Landon Glasper. You want that to be clean so you can tell your friends about it.
Glasper's first attempt is good.
Because that block was
Sawyer Keith.
That was Clorox clean.
Glasper's second one is up and good, makes both. Sawyer Keith checks into the ball game, replacing Ornette Gaines, as does Jack Irk, replacing Landon Glasper. 14-6, 1 minute to go here in the early going, the first period. 14-6 Fayetteville. Dogs in a little full court pressure. No good. Rebound. Fayetteville. They're going to get a jump ball. It's going to stay with Fayetteville.
So sloppy pass across the court right there, but great job by Jaden Haney of stepping to the pass.
Right.
If he doesn't step to it, that's a layup the other way.
Correct. Haney.
That 3-2 zone that Heritage is in. Tom watched a little film of West ran this against Fayetteville.
Oh, not a kick ball?
Right?
What? As Torres goes all the way for the layup. Thought they got away with a kick there, Derek. Haney. And he's being pushed by Torres with a little extra contact. I'm sorry.
Is that
I'm
Noah
sorry.
Furseth?
Noah Furseth, I'm sorry. Good check on that, Derek. Good eyesight.
And look, you got his name wrong, and they're pulling him out for it. Glasper's back in. Bet you he finds a way to get a shot up with 8 seconds left.
7 seconds. Glasper. He'll split the double team. He'll go all the way up for a layup. Good. Landon Glasper at the end of the first period. Fayetteville leads it 16-8. Derek, talk about it. It was all LG in that half.
Oh, yeah, Glasper with 12 of their 16. It's senior night. You figured he's going to get some shots up, but none of these have been forced. He took one long shot that was early in a possession. Maybe you didn't love that one. Everything else has been taking what the defense has given you, which is insane. If you're the defense, you can't give Landon Glasper anything. Here's the issue, though. They're playing a zone. Glasper's a smart guy. In a zone, you lose track of shooters sometimes. So as he moves through and cuts and the ball swings around a couple of times, he's going to get open looks. If you were playing man-to-man, you might just put somebody on his hip.
Good point. Micah Hill, the bucket for Heritage, came out 2 quick threes, but for the most part, that first period, Fayetteville held him out in check pretty good.
You know what changed, right? Do you know what changed?
Tell me what changed.
Jaden Haney came in the game.
Absolutely.
Jaden Haney came in the game. He started guarding him, and his life got a little bit more difficult.
Great point. Heritage will have the basketball to start the second period, down 16-8.
And there's nothing wrong with Sawyer Keith, and he can guard you, but very few guys in the state are on-ball guards the way Haney is.
Good point.
Watch Haney follow him through screens. It just changes their whole offense.
Good point. Simmons. He'll try to drive. He'll spin back. Oh, nice move by Simmons.
A little up and under. I like that.
Yes. Keith. Simpson for the triple. Good, Mason Simpson. Threes, please. Nice stroke. That kid's got a beautiful shot.
Yeah, he hadn't really shot the ball well late, and you know he's putting in extra time. And that shot, shooting with confidence like that,
loose ball,
is because of extra time.
They're going to get Irk on the contact. I saw Mason last Thursday. I was doing a league game for AAO. They were having their middle school tournament and finished up about 8:30, close to 9 o'clock, and Mason was coming in to get some shots up at that time.
Yeah, he's going to work for it.
3-point attempt by Green. Matt Brown, I'm sorry, and stolen away. Hill for the triple. Good. 19-16, Fayetteville. 6:52 in the half. Dogs leading it.
There's that 3-2 again. If you move the ball around, you get baseline three-pointers anytime you want them from this defense.
Haney. Good. Jaden Haney. Threes, please.
3 points.
What kind of three-pointers did I say you'd get out of that?
Oh, and it's going to be off of Heritage. It'll go over to Fayetteville.
Hey, that worked out, but that Haney violated a old basketball rule. Don't save the ball under your goal that you're guarding.
Right.
He got lucky because Glasper stayed active and had active hands and tipped that off. That was about to be a layup.
Ornette Gaines.
Haney's three that he got in the corner was exactly what we were talking about. And you like to see Haney take those threes. He doesn't shoot. He's very unselfish.
Good point.
But he's got to be a threat. And I thought the last game at Springdale, they dared him to shoot.
Right.
And he's got to be able to take that dare.
Skip across to Simpson. Ball almost stolen away. It's going to stay with Fayetteville. Ornette Gaines checked into the ball game, replacing Sawyer Keith in the lineup. Irk, Glasper, Simpson, Gaines, and Haney are your 5 Bulldogs.
Gaines yet to scratch tonight. That's not bad. You're up 22-16, and Ornette's probably got 18 left in him.
Both teams. Glasper, nice pass.
Ooh, nice flash under by
7-6 on the shot clock. Haney, he'll shoot the floater. No good. Rebound comes to Simmons. Brown going to be out of bounds.
He got
fouled.
Get
Gaines on the reach.
Yeah. Gaines reached in really for no reason. He wasn't going anywhere. That drive was going to the baseline, not the basket.
He just seems to be a little disconnected right now as this gains. But it's early in the ball game.
Yeah, he does that.
Nice inbound. Torres for three. Good. 22-19. Ahead to Simpson.
As a team, they're 5 of 8 from 3. You just can't let them get going.
Three by Glasper. Off the iron, no good. Rebound to Torres. Almost stolen away. Brown. And it's going to go out of bounds. It'll go over to Fayetteville.
Brown had a pretty good idea right there. It was a dollar idea with a nickel execution.
4:58, Dogs up 22-19. Haney will bring it into the front court for the Bulldogs. Nice dump down by Glasper to Gaines for the easy two. 24-19 Fayetteville. Green into the front court.
I like seeing Glasper catch that ball in the middle of that zone down there. Gosh, that's a challenge to guard.
Yes. Torres being guarded by Irk. Green. 13 on the shot clock.
And Landon's playing with that.
And that ball's going to be thrown out of bounds. Great ball pressure.
Yeah.
They are making the passes really hard.
They are. Landon's playing, I was about to say, is playing with that Winter Beck energy right now. He's guarding everything. Love to see it.
Simpson, he'll shoot the triple. Good, Mason Simpson, please. Shoot a young fella. 27-19 Fayetteville. 3:55. Hill from the corner. No good, up high. Simpson with the rebound. He'll leave it for Haney, ahead to Glasper. Landon down the lane, a little step through off the backboard, no good. He'll fight, almost get his rebound as it'll come to Green. And they're going to get a timeout by the War Eagles with 3:34 to go. Just like the pace that Fayetteville's playing with tonight, Derek, on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, they're pushing. Every time they get a made bucket and have the opportunity, they're doing some sort of pressure on the ball. What Heritage lacks is the point guard leadership to break a press like that. So they're having to do it as a team effort. Then by the time you get down there, you're sort of frazzled a little bit. And if you know you got one guy that can create a bucket, everybody else that has to come to off an open look. It's a lot of pressure and makes you think about every pass.
Right.
And then when Fayetteville guards passes hard like that, but hey, this is an 8-point ball game.
Correct.
And, Heritage found a way to make it a close game when we were in Rogers.
Inbound comes to Brown. He'll bring it across.
You certainly don't want to let him hang around.
Joining us at halftime, we'll be joined by a lot of the senior Bulldog parents and kind of just get some feedback on their son's career here at Fayetteville High School. Torres, and almost tied up. He'll go down the lane off the backboard. Good. 27-21. 3 minutes to go in the half. Simpson, no good.
Simpson felt a shot the pass before that and didn't shoot it. He regretted not shooting it.
Right.
So when he caught this one, he was like, I'm putting this up no matter what. And you could tell it was an air ball, but his mind was made up that he was going to shoot, but he didn't have the confidence in the shot when he shot it.
Nigel Armstrong checks into the game, replacing Jack Irk. Hill with the mid-range jumper, no good. Green's going to come away with the loose ball. Oh, there's a push-off. no good. Simpson up high for the rebound. We'll leave it for Jaden. Jaden's going to push the tempo. Little step through off the backboard, no good, but he'll draw the contact. I believe they're going to get Brown for the personal foul, the fourth team foul. His second. Haney at the line for two, Derek. Nice push of the basketball by Haney to force the tempo and draw that contact.
Oh, yeah, the ball made its way up the court extremely quickly. I looked down to put in a statistic and looked up, and Haney was getting fouled.
First one by Haney is no good. We're checking into the game. Graham Whitty replacing Mason Simpson. 2:06, Dogs leading it, 27-21. Jaden Haney at the line for his second free throw attempt, and it's good. Makes one of two. Dogs in a little 2-1-2 pressure, trapping the basketball. Loose, stolen away by Glasper. Oh!
Glasper, okay, so here's what happened. Glasper saw.
Gaines wasn't running.
We saw Gaines, and then there was a defensive player, so Glasper had to look him off. And when he looked him off, both Gaines and the defensive player slowed up. He fooled both of them.
Simmons into the front court. Nice bounce pass down low for Green. 28-23.
Heritage 50% from the floor right now. That's got to be disappointing to Coach Stamps.
Yes, they're getting a lot of easy buckets at the rim. Gaines. Gaines for three. No good. Loose ball. Haney gets the rebound. For Glasper, good. Underneath. Nice pass by Jaden Haney to Glasper for the easy two inside.
Really good pass off the offensive rebound down there. Ornette seems like this zone is causing his sort of slow pace to even get slower.
Right. Armstrong. Green. That's a double dribble. With the left hand, no good. Glasper pulls down the rebound. He's going to push the tempo. Ball stolen away. Armstrong. He'll go up with the left hand. No good. Gaines with the rebound. Back up. No good. Whitty. Deep three off the iron. Gaines with the rebound. He'll go back up. No good. Whitty. And we're going to get a jump ball, which will stay with the Bulldogs of Fayetteville. Fayetteville was playing a little volleyball right there, Derek.
Yeah, that's a possession that kills you as a defensive player.
22.6 to go, 30-23. Joining us at halftime, the senior boys' parents, as we'll get a little excerpt from, the parents about their young men. Inbound comes to Gaines, off to Glasper. 16 shot clock is off. 10. Five. Glasper off to Haney. He'll shoot the three. No good. So at the end of the half, here at Bulldog Arena, the score, Fayetteville leading it 30-23. We'll take a timeout, and then we'll be back with a halftime show. You're watching Bulldog basketball on the Hill Media TV.
That's the difference between being able to play varsity basketball someday is being able to listen and do exactly what we ask you to do. Notice I stopped the whole practice for that one thing. Go.
Lindsay & Associates started in 1973. This is our 48th year in real estate in Northwest Arkansas. We have two locations, one in Fayetteville and one in Rogers. And we are here to serve the people of our community. And as my dad always said, at Lindsay & Associates, we bring great neighbors together.
Hey guys, this is Pat Jenkins of On the Hill Media and voice of Fayetteville High Bulldogs Athletics. Make sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's On the Hill Media. Make sure you hit the bell for all notifications. As we say, let's get it.
Hello, Northwest Arkansas. I am Darren Storms with Storms Orthodontics. Here at Storms Orthodontics, we're proud to be able to sponsor the Fayetteville Bulldogs for this upcoming season. We wish you guys the best of luck. Have a safe and happy and healthy football season. Go Dogs. Good luck, boys.
Perfect.
And we're back at halftime. Fayetteville up 30-23 over Rogers Heritage. It is senior night. Tonight we're going to take this opportunity at On the Hill Media to talk to some of the senior parents about their experience of senior night. We're here with Landon Glasper's dad, Robert Glasper. Robert?
Yes, sir.
This is not your first senior night,
No, it's not.
but does it ever get any easier?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It's all the emotions start building up to like, you can't believe this is happening.
So, talk about Landon's experience at Fayetteville and what it's been like and to be a part of this program and to play the different roles that he's played. As a dad, you've watched him be a sophomore and a freshman who was a guy who came in to do one specific thing. Then as a junior, it's a totally different setup. And now as a senior, he's a guy that's putting up 25 a game. How do you as a dad watch that growth, and what does it mean to you to see him experience all that?
Well, my training, I've always trained Landon to be an all-around player. But each team has a different role. But he's more of a team player. That's the way I taught him how to play the game.
Yeah, a lot of people talk about the points that he scores, but I watch in games, and sometimes he'll have opportunity to score points, and he finds somebody and gets them open. Earlier in the first half, he had a ball in the middle of the paint. How do you cope with the emotion of knowing that that's the last time you're going to get to watch him play in this gym?
Well, that's what I was telling him in the hallway before we came out there. Enjoy this moment. This is his last year. Leave it all on the floor. So, I got grandkids coming up, so I'll be back.
You'll be back.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. It's been a pleasure to watch you this year. We're going to swap out and try to see if we can fit another parent in. All these guys last year. He talks about what a great teammate he was.
Yeah.
And I know these guys feel the same way. So, what training you've been given?
I train him about the journey. That's right. Build a relationship. The relationships last forever.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Me and Brad Stamps talk all the time about the friendships and brotherhoods that you make around basketball are like nothing else.
Yeah, it is. It is.
All right. Thanks for joining us, man.
Yes,
we'll talk to you next time.
Sydney Adams. Number 15, Emma Kate Schaefer. Number 16, Madeline Lafana. Number 18, Evan Moore.
All right, now we're going to have to do introductions. I know who Jackson is.
Yeah.
I'm Derek, and you are?
Well, Jackson's dad is what I'm normally called, but Justin Tennant.
Justin?
Yeah.
All right, Justin, this is Jackson's dad. Jackson is one of our managers and has been a part of this program. I talk about the importance of the program's culture and the love. Like, there's a lot of love on this team, and Coach Stamps is part of that stuff. My son played on this team, and he had the same manager set up that they have now. Talk about how important it is for those kids to be a part of that culture and to contribute to that culture.
Well, it's amazing culture, and Brad comes from it naturally because I played here with Brad in 1987, 88, 89. So I've known Brad pretty much my whole life, and he's always been just like he is now. He loves the players. He's a great coach, but he's also a good coach from a basketball perspective. And my son, Jackson, is kind of the same mindset. He knows so much about basketball, loves basketball. He's looked up to Brad since he was 7, 8 years old. And so this is a perfect mix. I think it's been great for Jackson, but it's also just great to witness this kind of culture because it's real. It's not fake. It's really who they are.
So Jackson is in a position to witness and be a part of the locker room unfiltered, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like what we see, and it may not look exactly like what he sees. So he's been a part of more than one locker room. What's his report about this locker room?
Well, this is, I think, the most close-knit group of all from the last 3 years. He's always saying how tight these guys are. They always have each other's back, both in the gym, but also out of the gym in real life. And I think that's what has really got these guys to play at the level they're playing.
Well, it is. It's always maybe like everybody imagines themselves as, I'm going to have a kid that when they're little bitty, this guy's going to score 35 a game. When you get them, I had Will come up, and Will did things when he was young, and then at last year's team, he was a guy that had to contribute in a whole bunch of ways that didn't show up on the scorebook. Jackson does those same contributions. That stuff's important, and as a dad, I know you recognize that, but anything you want to say about what that means to you, that he's recognized that?
Well, the license, just the life lessons that he's learned these last few years, they're going to help him his entire life. And I can't thank Brad and Coach Bradford and Coach Rose, and I mean, they're just great guys, and they're great role models. And this team, all these young men are going to be better for that.
Well, hey, great meeting you. Nice talking with you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
You got it.
Now, please help me welcome to the Florida Varsity Cheer Team featuring the senior cheerleaders. Tonight, the senior cheerleaders will be
The
performing
best
together at Bulldog Arena
voice
for the last
in the arena does not belong to Pat Jenkins or Derek Yoakley. It's Jack Erk's dad. I am amazed at your ability to convey your disappointment in officiating. It is elite.
It's all about timing. You've got to wait for the quiet and make sure that you have an impact.
That's right.
Yeah.
So let's talk
your
about
spot.
Jack. This is senior night.
Yeah.
And getting to see him get this start and watch his role on this team is different than the role it was in last year.
Right.
Talk about what you've seen from him, just as how he's dealt with sort of the changes, and whether how's that been for him?
Yeah, it's been an adjustment. I mean, he had a little injury at the beginning, and of course those sophomores are so talented, and so it's been a little bit hard. But I think he's realized he just wants to win. And it was the case last year, and I think it's the case this year. He realizes that those guys are going to score, and he just needs to make winning plays, whether that's defense or a rebound or a box out or whatever it is. So it's been an adjustment, but he knows. I mean, he's a short kid with, less ability than some of these others. He just knows he's got to play hard, and this is it. So he just wants to win and contribute where he can.
Well, I had a college roommate who played baseball, and he was known as the guy that just hustled. And he said, hey, hustle is a talent. And being in the right place and doing what you're supposed to do is a talent. I don't care if I can't run a 4.40, I'm where I'm supposed to be. And in our games, me and Pat end up almost every single game saying, that was a winning play. We needed that play, and Jack Erk comes through to do it all the time. He's a winner, and teams like this don't have that success without the plays that he makes. And I've always been impressed. Last year, I thought my son was on the team, and I thought Jack made winning plays and had a toughness, and I've enjoyed watching him play and adapt. I think I talked to John David Lindsay earlier about Lauren and some of the things that you learn and how those translate to life.
Right.
In your life of now that you're grown and you do businessy things, have you seen the things that Jack's going through? How do you think that stuff will translate to real life?
Well, I think it's, for a lot of our kids, probably your son included, they don't deal with a lot of disappointment in life. They're always pretty athletic, pretty talented, pretty smart. And so I think it really was good to go through some adversity and realize, okay, I can't do that, but I can do this, and I can contribute here, and I can find my spot. And I think that's really important. I mean, in life, you're not going to win every time. You're not going to get every job you apply for, et cetera. And so I think finding out what it is to bounce back and show some toughness is an important skill.
Yeah, I think life's a lot more like baseball than it is like anything else. Like, you bat successfully about 30% of the time, and you got things going.
Yeah,
life kind of feels like that sometimes,
that's right?
So, what are your thoughts on tonight? What conversation did you have with Jack about senior night and how to make, how do you go out?
Well, just play hard and make winning plays and finish strong. They want to cut those nets down, and if they win, they get to do it. And I think that's all the motivation they need.
Well, I've certainly enjoyed having him. He was a great teammate to my son. He's a great guy to watch. I like doing this job because I like talking about basketball, but I love these kids, and I love being around them, and I love this team's culture.
That's great. It's a great culture. They really care about each other, and it goes beyond the basketball court.
Well, and that culture doesn't happen without the right kids. So we're going to wrap this up, but thank you so much for letting Jack be a part of this, and I've certainly enjoyed him. So
thanks for all you guys do.
Yep. Take care. Enjoy the second half.
Will do.
What's going on, man?
All right, how you doing?
You got to remind me of your first name.
Derek.
It's mine, right? I knew it. I was like, I swear it's the same as mine, but I'm going to say something stupid. So here we are. We're live, and we're talking to, this is Derek and Derek.
Derek and Derek.
We're talking to Desmond Gray's dad. Derek and I met in the stands as we watched our kids out there last year. And Desmond, I'm around these coaches a lot. And they talk about Desmond and the leadership role that he plays and the intelligence that he brings to this team. I've also seen Desmond ball out in the summer, and I know that he's capable of being the guy going to get a bunch of buckets. Talk about the decisions and intentional approach a young man has to make to be a part of a successful team that has a dynamic that may not be exactly what you wanted it to be.
Yeah. Great question. I think going into the season, that's what we talked about, is just taking that leadership role, and everybody can't be a Kobe Bryant. Somebody got to be the Dennis Rodman, and using those leadership skills. And so having a lot of young guys coming into this year, and so he had to just figure out his role and being a defensive guy and helping out. And so that's one thing I was happy and proud, and he just want to continue to leave that legacy to help this team win a conference championship, and the next level, of course, take it all the way for state.
Yeah, now he's also, from what I understand, a pretty amazing student. Tell me a little bit about that focus and that balance, and how have you managed to do that?
Right. Again, I'm going to get out to his mom, doing an outstanding job, but Desmond's just an overall great kid. We're truly blessed. He's a 3.7 GPA student. He's going to go to U of A, majoring in accounting, and he's always been focused and driven. He's not the brightest kid, but he's going to be a hard-working kid. So I never have to tell him to get up for school. I never have to tell him about an assignment. He just gets the job done.
So these kids put in so much work, and they play so much. And when it's over, what do you take away from it? What is it, the games, or is it what you've learned about building these relationships? I think I know what my answer is, but what's yours?
I think definitely, like you said, more personally, it's the memories, number one. And it's family. It's that, it's bond that you remember for the rest of your life. Stories you're going to tell. Some stories will change as you get older.
What?
But I think, again, that's just the memories. As a parent and as himself as a student athlete, he'll remember these things. And one day he'll be able to tell his kids, and I'll tell the grandkids whether it's true or not.
Well, Desmond's a phenomenal teammate. He's a part of this culture, this team. I think the last 2 years, I was a part of around this locker room 3 years ago, and the locker room didn't have a very good culture. Last year, it got really good, and the kids this year talk about it even being better. That's a credit to you guys as parents and to this leadership group and what you guys will do and what y'all have brought, what your kids have brought, is going to set these sophomores up for chances of success that they wouldn't have had without it. So that's not a question. I'm just saying it.
No. Appreciate and it's all about leaving a legacy, and that's what hopefully the seniors have done to these young guys, is to continue the legacy.
Yep. So, all right. Well, thank you very much, Derek. The better Derek. And we're going to take a quick break and come back for the second half and see if Fayetteville can build on this 7-point lead and maybe cut down some nets.
Hey guys, this is Pat Jenkins of On the Hill Media and voice of Fayetteville High Bulldogs Athletics. Make sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's On the Hill Media. Make sure you hit the bell for all notifications. As we say, let's get it.
Lindsay and Associates started in 1973. This is our 48th year in real estate in Northwest Arkansas. We have two locations, one in Fayetteville and one in Rogers, and we are here to serve the people of our community. And as my dad always said, at Lindsay and Associates,
Mark is on his way, boy.
This is Pat Jenkins of On the Hill Media and voice of Fayetteville High Bulldogs Athletics. Make sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's On the Hill Media. Make sure you hit the bell for all notifications. As we say, let's get it.
And welcome back to Bulldog Gymnasium as we know it, the Dog Pound here at Fayetteville High School in Fayetteville, Arkansas, where the Bulldogs lead it over the Heritage War Eagles from Rogers, 30-23 as we're about to start the third quarter. Heritage will have the basketball. And Derek, as we start this third quarter, what are going to be some of the keys that you look at for this Bulldog team in this third period?
Keep Micah Hill from getting loose. Take good shots.
Good point.
You've got the better roster. You just got to be smart. You got to defend. Don't let them get confident. You want to have this be a double-digit lead by the time this quarter's over. So those guys go to their bench knowing what's about to happen.
Inbound to Torres. He'll bring it into the front court. Nothing we can say, but let's get it. Green. We'll leave it for Brown. And it's going to be a turnover. It'll go over to Fayetteville.
Yeah, Hill having to work really hard. Haney guarding him from the jump. In order to try to force the ball to him, he had to make a cut that was a little bit awkward.
Right.
The pass was a little bit out of his reach, but that's because of the way Haney's defending him.
How important do you think, Derek, this first 4 minutes of this period will be?
Well, I don't think they're make or break for the game, but they're make or break for how comfortable you're going to be the rest of the game.
Good point. Glasper. Simpson. Glasper, a little free throw jumper, no good.
That's,
Simmons with the rebound.
You want him to turn around and shoot his normal little jumper right there. That shot just seemed like
the ball's going to be knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Heritage. Glasper gets a hand on it. That's good. Simmons set the inbound. He'll get it to Hill for the short jumper. No good. Glasper comes away with the rebound. He's going to push the tempo. And it's going to be knocked out of bounds. Will stay with Fayetteville.
Glasper again. That goes as a missed shot, but the ball never got above his waist.
Right. Erk set the inbound under the Fayetteville goal on the baseline. Give it stolen away by Hill.
It's going to be showtime.
And he's going to miss the dunk. Haney into the front court. Simpson, no good. Rebound comes to Simmons.
That was like a Sprite commercial back in the day. He went up and got pinned on the front of the rim.
A lot of ball pressure stolen away by Gaines. Simpson with the little floater in the lane. Good. Mason Simpson for the short jumper.
Great pass by Haney.
Yes, it was. 32-23 Fayetteville. 6 minutes, 6:10 to go in the third quarter. Simmons goes up, and he's going to be fouled by Simpson. Thought that was all ball. Could have been, Derek. That could have went either way.
Yeah. Get out of position. Guy gets a shot right around the basket. Sometimes that's just a coin flip for the official.
First on Simpson. First team foul on the Bulldogs. Carson Simmons at the line for 2 for Heritage. His first attempt hits the back iron, no good.
Man, Coach Olson's got to be frustrated right now. At 30-23, you got a wide open breakaway dunk for your best player.
Right.
He gets pinned. Go down at the other end. Fayetteville misses a 3. Come back down here and got a chance to cut it down again, and you miss your first free throw.
Simmons hits 1 of 2 to make the score 32-24 Fayetteville. Haney into the front court. Fayetteville trying to attack the middle of that Heritage zone, Derek.
Oh, yeah. They want to get it at the elbow and then do a little high-low.
Glasper, no good. Woody with the rebound. Hill.
He's going to pull a 3
coming to the front court. He'll shoot the 3. Good. Micah Hill for the triple. 32-27. Simpson to Haney. Glasper, long jumper up high for the rebound. As Heritage will come out of there with it. Simmons will be picked up full court by Jack Hurt. 5:05, 32-27 Fayetteville. Ball almost stolen away by Fayetteville. Brown for the 3, no good, rebound. As Torres will go down, he's going to be fouled. As Torres will be at the line for 2.
Yeah, Coach Stamps is very frustrated with the decisions being made on offense right now.
Absolutely.
And honestly, the defense isn't that great. You've got
very low energy to start this half. First one is good by Torres. And checking in Nigel Armstrong, Desmond Gray, Brylan Sims, and Max Vollmer replacing Glasper, Ert, Simpson, and Haney.
This is a message substitution.
It's both, 32-29. Fayetteville, Armstrong into the front court. Coach Stamps was not happy. Matt Brown with the foul. Fayetteville will have the basketball. Vollmer will inbound to Armstrong out high. He'll get it to Gray. Down low. Vollmer with the reverse. Good. Max Vollmer with the bucket. 34-29. Almost stolen away. Isbell guarded. Back door. And the ball's going to be knocked away, loose. Oh, they're going to get Sawyer Keith with the foul. Not sure about that one, Derek.
There's 2 guys going after a loose ball.
Absolutely.
I think it was out on Sawyer. It should be their ball, but it shouldn't be a foul.
First team foul. Third team foul on Fayetteville. First on Keith. Inbound. Ball stolen away by Fayetteville. Armstrong into the ahead. And ball's going to be blocked by Christian. It's going to stay with the Dogs. This second unit, Derek, has come in with a little energy and some more activity defensively.
Yeah, absolutely.
Armstrong, good, inbound to Armstrong for the Deuce. 36-29 Fayetteville. 3:40 to go in the third period. Ball stolen away by Gray, and it's going to go over to Fayetteville. This new 5 has brought some defensive purpose.
Yeah.
For Fayetteville. And Heritage is going to get a timeout with 3:33 to go. Dogs up 36-29. Talk about that substitution. 4 new ones for 4 starters, and the energy went up almost instantly. Vollmer gets the up and under. 3 defensive steals, Derek.
Yeah, they've made decisions that have led to momentum-creating plays. We talk about how sometimes floating down a river in a boat is easy when the water's going nice.
Right.
But sometimes you got to carry the boat a little bit. And I didn't think that the starters that were in, were doing a good job of that. And neither did Coach Stamps.
Right.
And this substitution has twofold. Number one, the guys that come in say, this is my chance. I'm going to show what I can do.
Good point.
These guys are auditioning for next year.
Good point. Good point.
The guys that are sitting out right now are saying, well, I'd like to finish this game my senior night, on the court.
Right.
And
Fayetteville will keep that 5 in the game. Sawyer Keith, Nigel Armstrong, Max Vollmer, Desmond Gray, and Brylan Sims will be the 5 Bulldogs.
Yeah, here's what you see, Pat. Landon and Ornette can both shoot 25-footers.
Right.
But just because you can score that way doesn't mean you should score that way.
Good point.
These guys are working for shots closer to the basket. They're moving the ball around, and that's the difference.
Good point. Vollmer will go down the lane, up, no good. Loose ball, and it's going to go over to Heritage. Thought it was a little contact as he went to the hole.
Yeah, I thought so too. He did a good job of putting the official in a position, and he just didn't get the call.
Fayetteville in the full court, man-to-man. Torres. Go down the lane, a little step through, good. 36-31, ahead to keep. Loose ball.
It's been a tough one so far for Sawyer.
Absolutely. Not the type of game as a senior, you would hope. Ooh, a little extra step.
He was walking in Memphis.
Man. Oh, my goodness. It's icy out there because they sure are slipping a lot.
Yeah, travel like that usually requires a passport.
They're going to get Sims with the foul. Will be the 4th team foul on Fayetteville. 2:23 to go in the third period. Dogs leading at 36-31. Micah Hill set to check in, replacing Isbell.
Let's see how Hill takes advantage of not having Haney on him.
Yes.
Desmond Gray will guard you.
Oh, my. What? Brylan Sims will be charged with the foul. 2 shots by Torres. My goodness, I didn't see any contact.
It certainly wasn't any contact when he released it. Maybe it was early in the shot attempt. He ended up throwing it off the side of the backboard.
Torres first one rims in and out, no good. 2:13 to go in the third period. Checking into the game, Rex Rusher, replacing Brylan Sims. Torres set for the second free throw attempt. He makes 1 of 2, 36-32 Fayetteville. 2:13 to go here in the third period. Armstrong in the front court.
Rusher in.
Vollmer, good. Max Vollmer inside for the Deuce. He's going to be a big contributor for that varsity team next year, Derek. You can just see it.
Oh, yeah. I honestly expected more of him this year. He's
Absolutely
a good player.
Woo, it slipped sliding away. My goodness. We're going to get Vollmer with the contact. Getting a little ticky-tack now.
Yeah, I honestly thought Vollmer had a lot of the same skill set that Whitty has, except a better offensive game.
The next team foul, Derek, Heritage will be in the bonus for the remainder of the ball game. And that's going to be the 1-and-1. We'll get Rex Rusher. Man, this is a ticky-tack. I mean, come on. Oh, my goodness.
And I thought that one was...
The last 9:36, Heritage will be in the bonus. 7 fouls to 1 at the moment. First one by Hill is good. You know, Fayetteville had this issue in the second half of the last game. Foul count issues. Not sure those two were fouls. Hill hits both of the 1-and-1 opportunity. 38-34, 1:36 to go in the third period.
And most of the time, these guys that are in right now have gotten playing time this year. It's been in the fourth quarter after the game has gotten out of control. I like seeing them.
Nice play by Vollmer to Desmond Gray as he'll be at the line. Shot did not go down, but great penetration and finding an open man by Max.
I like seeing them play with energy.
They have definitely done that. Yeah. Have maintained the lead. Gray's first free throw is up and off the back iron, no good. 1:14 to go in the third period. Dogs lead at 38-34. Desmond Gray at the line for the second of the two-shot foul. Second one hits iron, no good. Backdoor cut. No good, loose ball. And then Armstrong's going to get charged with the foul as Simmons will be back at the free throw line. The 8th foul on the Bulldogs.
That was a scary fall for both of them. I think had I fallen like either of them, I would be at the hospital with a broken hip.
And the starting five for the Bulldogs has not been in the game as Jackson Berry's going to check into the game. Stamps is sending a message. First one by Simmons is good.
You know, and it's really at this point more than a message. If you think about this, this game is for the conference championship. You don't win this game, then
hits both free throw attempts, 38-36.
Man. There's a plug-in right on the wall over there. We got it's nonsense.
Get him, D. Rusher. Off to Keith. They're going to get a foul off the ball. Only the third team foul on Heritage in the half.
And by the way, while we were up here being accosted by kids wanting to plug in and charge their phone, Roger scored again. It's a 2-point game.
Inbound to Keith. And oh my goodness, they're going to get a jump ball. It'll stay with Fayetteville. Wow. Wow. I'm not understanding that one at all. Inbound to Rusher. He'll get it to Armstrong. 20 seconds left. Dogs lead it by 2. 38-36. Shot clock is off.
In a 2-3 zone now.
Splits it. Little free throw jumper by Armstrong. No good. Rebound, and Rusher's going to get fouled as Rex will be at the line with 1.2 to go. the 2 free throws.
I like that shot by Nigel. He got to the middle of the paint, put it up soft. It just barely rolled out. Rusher with a couple of free throws.
38-36. 1.2 seconds to go here in the third period. Rusher at the line for 2 for Fayetteville. First one is up and good by Rusher.
Yeah, Rusher can shoot it.
Ricks definitely can shoot it.
He's another one that's got an opportunity to step up and be a big contributor.
Right. Second one by Rex is no good. It's the back iron. So at the end of 3, Fayetteville leads it 39-36. And Derek, Coach Stamps made a statement in that half by setting his starters for the last, I believe, 3.5, 4 minutes of that quarter.
Yeah, I think what he's telling them is you've got an 8-minute game ahead of you. You want to cut down these nets and enjoy your senior night and send these guys out the right way, go give me everything you got for 8 minutes.
Right.
Let's go put this thing away. They've been playing around with these guys and making, risky passes and taking shots that just aren't what the coach wants to get. If they'll work an extra 2 passes on each possession,
good point,
they're going to get the shot they want.
Good point. Good point.
Glasper's got 14 in the game. He had 12 at the half. He might have had 14 at the half.
He could have had, I think, 14. I don't think he scored that quarter.
Yeah.
Both teams about to break the huddle for the fourth and final period. The Dogs 8 minutes away if they can hold on from an outright conference championship for the Bulldogs. Heritage will inbound the basketball to start the fourth and final period. Heritage is in the bonus. They also have 2 fouls to give before Fayetteville. Actually, 3 fouls. Brown will inbound it to Torres. He'll bring it into the front court. No good, Simmons. He'll stick it back up and in. Very lazy defense on that sequence. Gaines. And they're going to get a foul.
Yeah, you got to put the pressure on the officials, get the ball in the middle of that zone, and make them reach in. That's the first time Gaines has caught the ball in the paint the entire game.
Right. Gaines to Haney. Simpson, no good. Rebound comes to Torres. Torres goes down the lane. Oh, and they're going to get the travel. Ball will go over to Fayetteville. 7:19 to go. Dogs up 1. 39-38. Haney will inbound the basketball. Fayetteville needs a bucket in the worst way, Derek. Not in a good rhythm offensively this second half. Simpson, he'll go up with the layup. No good. Tip, no good. Stick back by Gaines. 41-38 Bulldogs. Fayetteville's going to have to lock up on defense. Torres on the drive. Stolen away by Glasper. He'll pull up the short jumper. Good. Glasper from about 14 feet. 44-38 Fayetteville. 6:35 to go in the ball game. Defense is what it's going to take, Derek, in my opinion, to close this thing out. He'll guard it by Haney down the left side. Simmons goes up, no good. Gaines with the rebound. Ornett's going to push the tempo. He'll leave it for Glasper. Up good off the transition for 2. Dogs on a 6-0 run. 6:05 to go, 45-38. Fayetteville almost stolen away. And they're going to get a timeout. by Heritage with 6:01 to go, down 45-38, and just that little flurry. Talk about it. Seemed like the intensity on defense was picked up.
Yeah. That's because all those guys just got through sitting for 6 straight minutes, you know, and watching the third team, a lot of those guys out there, you know, like guys who haven't played in the first half of games all year out there taking your minutes. For one thing, not because you're missing shots. That's the one thing about Brad. Coach Stamps is not going to pull you because you're missing shots.
Good point.
He believes in you as a shooter. But if you're not guarding and you're not rebounding, you don't show energy.
You'll get the hook.
Yeah, you can come sit over there and drink Gatorade.
You can come and witness.
Great seat.
Can't witness on the court, but you can witness on the bench all you want. And that, you know, that is a great staff there at Fayetteville High School. Stamp so many years. I mean, having played in state championships, had his time at Springdale, had a short stint at Harbor, Shiloh, Woodland Junior High.
Yeah, this phone charging station we got going up here needs to end.
Ball stolen away by Fayetteville. Haney. He'll get it into the front court with his knees. And it's going to be knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, don't love that decision making at that point. Haney usually doesn't get out in a pace like that and get hurried.
Right.
He's usually pretty calm with the ball. I'd like to have seen him slow that one down.
Simpson, no good.
Ertz, the only guy in there rebounding.
To Torres. Simmons for 3, no good. Rebound to Haney. Ert, he'll go ahead for the layup, no good. Glasper for the stick back, good. 47-38 Fayetteville. Fayetteville on an 8-0 run right now, Derek. In about the last 2.5 minutes. Lot of ball pressure by Mr. Jack Ert. Baseline, Torres. A very quiet 20 points. Hill for 3, no good. Rebound comes to Glasper. Ahead to Haney. He'll cross over, no good. Rebound Torres.
Haney's just been a hair off on several drives tonight. They've been short.
Going down the lane. He's going to be blocked by Gaines. Long pass ahead, and it's going to be out of bounds.
Well, Landon wanted that pass to be a little bit better.
Yes,
he wanted to try to get him a senior night dunk.
Yes, he was. You know that was on his mind. 4:43. Dogs up 47-38 here in the Dog Pound on senior night. A win here clinches the outright title for the Bulldogs. Ball is going to stay with Heritage. Since them being inserted back into the lineup, Derek, their defensive intensity has definitely picked up.
Oh, yeah.
Point taken.
Almost every pass has been tipped.
Point taken. Inbound comes to Brown. He'll get into the paint, left hand. As Simpson will be called for the foul, as Brown will be at the line for the 1-and-1.
They're going to call that on the shot, even though he passed it.
Oh, my.
Super strange.
Unbelievable. Wow, clearly a pass. First one up by Brown is good. Once again, the officials' crew for tonight's game. For those that didn't catch it, Justin Cunningham, Mike Dunn, and Ryan Aiken is your officials crew for tonight as Brown makes both of the 2-shot fouls.
Oh, I think you mean Mike Sleepy Dunn.
Sleepy. 47-40 Fayetteville, 4:18 to go, 3-pointer. And Brown's going to foul Glasper on the 3-point attempt.
Glasper with a chance to go get 3 the new old-fashioned way.
Go get 3 more.
And when you're a great shooter, you love this opportunity to stand there and have a little free throw practice in front of your home fans.
4:15, Glasper at the line for 2. First one is up. I'm sorry, at the line for 3. It's the first of the 3-shot foul.
Lando Calrissian.
21 on the night, a very quiet 20-plus. Second one is up and also good.
Yeah, I never had a quiet 20 in my life. When I got 20, it was because I was grinding for it.
Glasper steps to the line for all 3 free throws made, 50-40.
30 shots.
Right, 4:10 to go.
6 turnovers.
Simmons.
Oh.
He'll get it to Hill from the free throw line. Good. Micah Hill from about 16. 50-42. Haney into the front court. Next team foul on Heritage. Dogs will be in the 1-and-1.
Glasper's feeling it.
No good. Rebound Isbell. He'll get it into the front court. He'll be trapped. Oh, is that not a double dribble? Almost stolen away.
Well,
oh my.
8-point game, and Justin wanted to shoot a couple free throws.
Irk charged with the foul. The 10th foul, too, though. So Heritage will be in the double bonus for the remaining 3:27 of this ball games.
And I'll say this about Justin. He's never made a call he didn't believe.
Absolutely. Simmons' first one was good, makes it 50-43. Simmons' second one is up and good. 50-44 Fayetteville, up 6 with the basketball with 3:24 left in the ball game. Haney into the front court. Glasper with the little floater. Good, Landon Glasper inside for 2. 52-44. Glasper with 25 on the night. Are we going for a 30-piece tonight, Derek?
Yeah, it's senior night. You know he's thinking about that.
Isbell. Brown. He'll drive the baseline. Skip it across to Torres. 7 on the shot clock. Torres with the shot. Up high with the rebound. Gaines. Loose ball. Haney. Irk. He's gonna be fouled by Isbell. That'll put Jack Irk at the line with 2:27 to go and the 1-and-1 opportunity.
Good Jack with the opportunity to work his way into the official scorers book.
Absolutely.
At least on the point side. He's made a lot of good plays tonight again. He does a lot of those unsung things.
2:27 to go.
And what you cannot succeed without guys like Jack Irk.
Absolutely. Irk, first one rattles around, falls through.
These are the guys who do the little things. Everybody wants to go out and shoot and get buckets, but if you don't have guys like him,
right,
you just won't win. You can't
Irk
do
hits
it.
Both free throw attempts, makes it 54-44. Simmons, ball knocked away, and it's going to stay with Heritage.
That certainly went off of Simmons' foot, but
yes, it did, Derek. 2:20 to go. Dogs up 54-44. Simmons set to inbound the basketball as he'll throw it into the backcourt.
I like this matchup right here. Here we go. We got Haney versus Hill, top of the key. Let's see what he's going to do.
Hill with the jumper, off the iron. Ball, Irk comes away with it. Jack into the front court to Haney.
Yeah, I like that from Haney.
1:58 to go. Dogs leading it by 10, 54-44. As they're just a few seconds, Derek, from closing in on the outright 6A West Conference Championship. To Keith. Sawyer go up with the right hand, no good.
Man, what a tough roll for him.
Oh, ahead to Hill. Simmons Good. Irk, he'll go up with the layup. Good, Jack Irk for the Deuce. Nice transition by the Bulldogs. 56-47, 1:20 to go in the ball game. Oh my, it's wet out there because they show us sliding. Hill with the spin move in the paint, finger roll, no good. Blocked by Haney. He'll get it to Green. Almost intercepted. Ball knocked away. It's going to stay with Heritage off of Fayetteville. 58.1 seconds to go. Derek, it looks like the Dogs are going to win the outright conference championship. And as we've studied this season, I mean, one more game, what has stuck out to you about this, the way they went about winning this championship?
Well, they've done it in a sort of unique setup. You know, you've got a guy that's going to give you 25 every night, and you've got another guy who's good for 18. Anything you get beyond that is always a mystery. So the games that are the biggest games, what has separated them is they have played team defense and guarded every shot.
We'll be joined by all four seniors tonight in the postgame show, also along with Coach Brad Stamps. But we're going to have a net cutting ceremony, so we'll leave it here and let you be a part of that here in Bulldog Gymnasium. 32 seconds, 12 on the shot clock. As Hill will be charged with the foul. Haney will be at the line for the 1-and-1 with 27.7 seconds. Fayetteville will go to, I believe, 20-5 on the 20-5 on the season. They'll 12-1 in the league. First one by Haney, no good. Keith goes up. Good. Sawyer Keith with the stick back. Makes it 68-47. Simmons in the front court. He'll leave it for Torres on the drive. Isbell for three. No good. Up high for the rebound, Torres. Hill for the triple. Good. Micah Hill makes it 58-50. A timeout with 6.5 to go.
You know, Heritage 7 of 13 from three. They've been successful out there. You know, Hill's got 19 points.
Right.
They got two other guys with 12 each. That seems to be sufficient, right?
Glassman was the only one with double figures for the Bulldogs, I believe, tonight, Derek. Very balanced attack.
Yeah, I think that's right.
With all the accolades and one game left for Fayetteville, awards and rewards. Is Glassman the player of the year when we finish this thing, Derek, in your opinion?
Well, I think he's got to be. He's led the conference in scoring. He's on the conference championship team. I can't imagine there being a more important player to his team if you go by the old MVP analysis. And you know, he's hit bigger shots and just overall talented.
Inbounds to Simmons. He'll go up. No good. And that's the ball game, folks. Fayetteville wins it along with the outright conference championship, 58-50 here on senior night. We're going to keep it here momentarily for the net cutting ceremony, and then we'll be joined by all four seniors and Coach Brad Stamps. Jack Irk, Desmond Gray, Landon Glasper, and Sawyer Keith will be joining us for the post-game wrap-up. We'll take a real quick break, and we'll let you watch the ceremony, and then we'll get the players up. Final score, Fayetteville 58-50. You're watching Bulldog basketball on the Hill Media TV. We're just going to keep it right here as the ceremony is about to take place.
We're going to invite you to stick around for a special presentation taking place in just a moment. Bulldog fans, tonight to win gives our Fayetteville Bulldogs the outright conference championship or 6A West Conference. Standing at we thank you for your continuous support and dedication to Fayetteville Athletics. We do thank our proud sponsors, including Chevrolet of Fayetteville, UEMS and Arkansas Children's Northwest, Lindsay Management, Centennial Bank, Ozark Go and Ozark Electric, Steak and Shake, Our Best Bank, Eat My Catfish, and the Goddard School. On behalf of all the staff and crew of Fayetteville High School Athletics, we do thank you for attending tonight's contest. We look forward to seeing you in all the Fayetteville Public School athletic events. Remember, we are one town, one team, one FCX. Please drive home safely, and as always,
Great name.
go Dogs!
Lindsay and Associates started in 1973. This is our 48th year in real estate in Northwest Arkansas. We have two locations, one in Fayetteville and one in Rogers. And we are here to serve the people of our community. And as my dad always said, at Lindsay and Associates, we bring great neighbors together.
Hey guys, this is Pat Jenkins of On the Hill Media and voice of Fayetteville High Bulldogs Athletics. Make sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's On the Hill Media. Make sure you hit the bell for all notifications. As we say, let's get it.
All right, we're back at Bulldog Arena. The guys are in the middle of celebrating a conference championship. They're down there cutting down nets. We're going to be really quick. Jack Erk, you've already got a piece of the net.
Yes,
what
sir.
are you thinking? How you feeling? Senior night. Could you draw it up any better?
It couldn't have been any better than this, man. To cut down them nets and just, man, it's just awesome.
So, did you envision it being like this when you woke up? Did you go to bed thinking, this is how this thing's going to end? We're going to finish this tonight?
Oh, yeah. Oh, we had to do it tonight. I knew we did. So, yes, sir.
Let's talk real briefly about the halfway through the third quarter. Starters all got to rest for quite a while. Talk about the mindset when everybody went back in.
Well, we just weren't totally into it from the beginning, and when we were back in there, we had to get our minds right, get that intensity back, and get back into it. So that's what happened.
How important is that a lesson to learn now as you go towards the state tournament?
Oh, we're gonna have to start every game from the beginning like that from now on because can't slip up.
Well, hey, great season, great career. I've enjoyed watching you play.
Yes,
go
sir.
celebrate with your teammates.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Good win, baby.
Yes, sir.
Hey, now we're joined by Lando Calrissian, Billy D, the smoothest, the human bucket, Landon Glassberg.
Yes,
Is this
sir.
what you envisioned?
Yes, sir.
When did you first imagine holding this season? When did, in your mind, when did you say we're going to do this?
After the beginning of the season, when we was down in Papa the Bluff, we came together as a team, talked about what we needed to do, and we got it done that tournament. So after that tournament, I have a lot of faith that we was going to come down on this side and win conference.
So I talked briefly with some of the folks earlier about the locker room progression over the last 3 years. 3 years ago, the locker room was a little bit sketchy, right?
Yes, sir.
Last year, all of a sudden, you start building on this
Yes,
thing.
sir.
This year, it's culminated into this.
Yes, sir.
What sort of message or lesson do you think you guys have left as seniors for these talented sophomores and juniors who are coming up?
To win, you gotta to win no matter how talented you is. Cause my sophomore team was very talented, but we weren't very connected. So I feel like sorry I'm making faces, but I feel like the more connected you are, the better the team will be. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
it's definitely showed up out there. Hey, you had another 25 piece tonight. Did you have 30 in mind?
Yes, for sure I did. Yes, sir.
Hey, talk real briefly about the little rest you guys got in the third quarter. You guys had a little message that the coach wanted to get across to you.
Yes, sir. Before during halftime, Coach told us that we need to come out and play hard, or he'll make a statement and sit us. And we came out and didn't play hard, so he had to make a statement and set us out. But I feel like we came back and answered the right way and answered correctly and played hard the fourth quarter.
Well, all right, your team's down there celebrating. I'm going to let you go. One last question. PlayStation or Xbox?
PlayStation.
That's what's
yes,
up.
Yes, sir.
All right, appreciate you. Hey, congratulations, man. I've enjoyed watching you for the last couple of years, last few years.
Yes, sir.
Good luck going forward.
Thank you. We're not done. We're not done.
Desmond, I feel like I need to watch my grammar when I'm here, make sure I do this right. I got the 4.7 student here holding me to it, so take it easy on me.
Yes, sir.
So talk about what it meant to you tonight to have this night dedicated to these seniors and to get that start and to get out and get to make some plays.
Man, it felt good, like just being with my guys and like just being with the seniors. Like it took us like 3 years. I just remember being a freshman, being with these guys, hard work, and this over the summer we talked about getting to this moment, win a conference title for like the first time like since like 2019, and it just felt good being out there with my guys, starting and getting a dub tonight.
So let's talk a little bit about how you guys wrapped up last year. You know, I was very invested in last year because Will was out there.
Yeah.
But you guys beat Bentonville in the championship of that conference tournament. And I'm not saying that's what led to this, but like once you've realized, oh my gosh, we can do this, does that give you, like, you go into this season saying we're going to win the whole thing this time?
Yeah. It just gave like extra motivation. Like, okay, last year, we felt like we could do better. Even though we won the conference title at Bentonville, we like, okay, let's take another step to it. Let's go even further. Like, let's only take one loss this year, and it just gave extra motivation.
They give a plaque for that, right?
Yes,
you want to get that plaque and get in the trophy case.
Yes, sir.
So your team's down there chanting. I'm going to be real brief. Tell me about the dunk attempt at the end.
Nah, my team was talking about just go ahead and get an extra point. And I'm like, nah, I might as well try it. I'm a senior. I'm gonna try to dunk it. Hey, miss, win, or miss, make, it doesn't matter. It's just the attempt.
You got to try it.
You got to try at some point. No fear.
So I want to give you a little symmetry.
Yes,
Will Yoakley, 0 for 1 in dunks.
Yes, sir.
Derek Yoakley, high school senior season, 0 for 1 in dunks.
Yes, sir.
Desmond Gray.
0 for 1.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
We've built on that. We got a lot of success happening out of here.
Yeah,
so
keep it going.
That's what's up.
Yes, sir.
Hey, congrats, man. Go enjoy your team.
Thank you.
All right. Our last senior of the day is Sawyer Keith,
Yes, sir.
the lefty.
Yes, sir.
So you got frustrated tonight a little bit. You had a couple of balls that set up and teetered. You remember Sonic the Hedgehog? You get on the edge and do like this, and you had a couple of them sit there.
Yeah.
But late in the game, you get a crucial putback on one of those balls that does that for somebody else. Talk about your team's hollering at you. We're done.
Are we going quick?
Just,
are we done?
No, hey, congrats.
Thank you so much.
I love you, brother.
All right.
All right. Hey, he want to go down and celebrate with his team. I get it. We're done with these interviews. I think Coach Stamps might come up here. Yeah, we're gonna have the head dog.
Appreciate that.
Coach, we'll go as quick as we can. I know you want to get back with your team.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the second half of the third quarter. It was a different look for you guys.
Yeah.
There was a message being given
No
there.
doubt.
Talk about that.
No doubt. Went to the bench there in one of the timeouts and just said, hey, the difference in our basketball team right now is there's zero life, there's zero energy. Don't understand it. It's senior night. It's a conference championship. I turned to the bench, to our staff, and said, I want 5 dudes who are going to be locked in that are going to bring us life and energy, and I don't care who they are. Saw 5 dudes go on the scores table, and they gave us life. They gave us energy. It wasn't, Derek, the biggest thing about the game of basketball is the teams that have the ultimate will to win
outweighs everything else, especially this time of year. And I don't know if it's complacency. I don't know what it is. Maybe just everything that goes in with today. But I'm proud of them. They finished the game strong. I felt like that group that was in there at the end of the third quarter kind of got us going a little bit. And then that group came back, and we got some runouts. We got some stops. And, you know, it takes all of us. It takes every one of us to win a conference championship, and tonight was a perfect example of that.
Well, I thought the defensive energy was there when they came back in the fourth quarter, and the game was immediately out of reach for Heritage. But for you as a coach, I think that's an opportunity for two things. Number one, you get a group of guys who learns right now an immediate lesson of, okay, we've got to focus to win this game. Yep. And if we plan on beating Central Arkansas teams, we can't do this.
No
so you
question.
get that lesson, but you also got a guy like Max Vollmer and Nigel Armstrong and guys that are auditioning for next year.
Yeah.
What an opportunity for them, and I thought they answered the bell.
No question. And they, Derek, to be honest with you, and I hugged a couple of necks there and said, you know, it's one of those things where, you know, it's hard as a coach to maybe reward guys all the time that bring it every day, that are everyday guys, and that hurts you sometimes as a coach when you get done with the basketball game and then you're scratching your head saying, man, he was really good the last 2 days in practice, but he's good every day. And it's, you know, it's that energy and trying to find spots for those type of guys to make an impact on a game. You know, and some of those guys showed tonight, while, you know, maybe the coach isn't the smartest guy sometimes, that they should be playing more.
So early in the season, like, you tell me, when does Brad Stamps look at this team and say, we got a chance to get a plaque?
You know, maybe at Poplar Bluff. You know, we were 5-4 going into the Poplar Bluff tournament. We'd had all kinds of injuries, sickness, if you guys remember. We had a depleted roster all the way through December. And we just talked about if we could ever just get all of our guys in a practice even. In a practice, we had 2 practices from October 15th to Christmas where we had our entire roster. And there was no consistency. We were stagnant. Then at Poplar Bluff, we came together. We had them all back. And each game at Poplar Bluff, we saw some signs of, you know what, we got something special here. And then the Bentonville West game, conference game number 1, we're down 24-8. And, you know, it wasn't a magic word that I said. It was just they stuck together, they believed, and they just kept going and going and going, and that started us kind of on this run.
So let's talk a little bit about the progression of the culture and locker room, and let's go back 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And you guys have an incredibly talented team.
Yeah.
And a locker room that didn't really blend, right?
Yeah,
a lot of oil and water in there.
Yeah, that's well said.
The next year you have a less talented team, a far less talented team on paper, but all of a sudden, a lot of wins happen.
Yep.
And that culture, as it builds, guys like Glasper, Keith, Irk, they see the difference. They learn from that.
Yep. And
right?
talked about it, and talked about how fun that year was because of the locker room.
This year, you get the best of both worlds. You got a lot of talented guys, and you have that culture. And seeing that build, talk about that progression and what that can mean going forward.
Oh, there's no question. We knew that, you know, Sawyer Keith that had been through the wars, Jack Irk who had been through the wars, Landon Glasper had been through the wars, Desmond Gray, an everyday guy that just comes to practice every day, never really complains, never whines. He's had to sacrifice maybe more than the rest of them because, you know, maybe minutes. And then we got a talented group of sophomores coming into the season, 7 of them. And it's like, you know, as a coach, you're thinking, okay, we've got talent. We've got a blend of seniors that have been through it, a talented group coming up. How can we figure out a way to mesh? How can we – and I felt like Poplar Bluff tournament was probably that turning point for us of just, hey, we finally got everybody. And these guys get along well. They're friends off the floor. I think that group last year that you talk about was one of the most rewarding seasons, and these guys that we're talking about, those seniors, were a part of that, of just not getting involved in drama, just being an everyday guy, showing up, doing your job, supporting each other, being great teammates, friends off the floor. And it does carry over, and it does carry weight. And so culture is, you know, kind of a buzzword that everybody likes to use. For us, it's just be your best every day and give somebody life. Like, be a light to somebody. Like every day you have an opportunity with your attitude and your effort to be a light and bring somebody up. And so we're going to continue to preach it, and our guys are going to continue to hear me say it, that, you may not have had the best day, but guess what? You can make somebody else's day better by just being, a light to somebody.
Well, Brad, every morning that I get up, I write the 3 good things that happened to me the day before.
Yep.
And one of these is going to be this game, and the other is a chance to sit and talk with you about the game.
Oh, thanks, man.
So I appreciate it. Hey, congratulations. I'm proud of you guys.
Thanks,
I'm proud of you. And we're going to take a second, and we're going to talk to a couple of the other seniors. Pat's trying to get me to talk to the first lady of Bulldog basketball. She is not having it. I think that checks out. I've done the math on that. We're not doing that.
No,
so
she's ready to go to the grocery store.
Hey, congratulations, man. Great win, and good luck going the rest of the way.
Thanks, Derek. I really do appreciate it. I've had a blast with you doing this, man.
Yeah, same. Sawyer, let's finish this up, man. I want to ask you a couple tough questions.
All right.
All right? You got a lot of talent.
Yes, sir.
And the way things were setting up, in your mind when you're a sophomore, you have a progression in mind. I remember being a sophomore and thinking, well, I got cut when I was a sophomore. I remember being a junior and thinking, I'm going to bide my time, and then next year is going to be the year, and I'm going to blow up.
Yeah.
I know you had that same sort of progression.
Yes, sir.
And you're a hooper, like a hooper's hooper. Like, you're a hoop head.
Yes, sir.
I've absolutely loved your approach to this season. Talk about the decisions that you've made in how you've approached this season. The minutes aren't what you thought they were going to be, right?
Yeah. Well, every year, we're getting better. This year with the new group of sophomores, I got to adjust to my minutes, but I know when I get in the game, I'm going to do what I do. Everybody's been hooping this season, and we've all had a great season, and we're not done yet, and we're about to go get to state.
Yeah, if you had the choice between cutting down that net or putting up 18 a game, which would you choose?
Oh, I'd cut down the net for sure.
Yeah, and I know that's how you are. I know that's how you're made, and I want anybody who's watching this to know that about you. You're a hooper, but you're a teammate, and we talk about the progression of the locker room from 3 years ago to last year to this year, and Coach Stamps and I talked about how last year what a lot of you guys learned, that a locker room where there's love day and chemistry may be more important than a locker room where there's 5 stars.
Yeah.
This year you guys got all the 5 stars and the chemistry, and that's what's happening, and getting you guys to see this. So tell me, what's your where does this end for you guys?
Well, with us coming in, with us having the team we had last year, with all the love day stuff that we were doing, and everybody really bonding it, really came in to show this year with the new guys that we doing the same thing that we did last year. We all coming in together, and we playing hard together, and we all have fun together doing it. So
did you feel like that as a senior leader, your job was to make sure that continued?
Oh, yes, sir. We just got to, every single game, just play hard and play together, and even if anything's not going our way, just make sure that, we eventually come out on top and we get together and have a good time after the game.
All right, so you got state tournament left.
Yes, sir.
You fired up?
Yes, sir. It's exciting. I'm excited.
All right, well, hey, congratulations. We're glad you got to cut down the net,
yes,
and thanks for coming up and missing part of the celebration to
yes,
talk with us.
Yes, sir.
And good luck going forward.
Thank you so much.
All right, buddy.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's get Jackson Tennant in here.
Woo, what's up, what's up?
What's up? Hey, Jackson, congrats.
Thank you.
These wins, I see you holding your piece of net.
Yep.
Your piece of net is exactly the same as everybody else's piece of net. What you guys bring to this locker room and to this culture is crucial.
Yeah, for sure.
Talk about your I'm not the only person that's told you that. I bet Coach Stamps has told you that, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Talk about what Coach Stamps, how much he emphasizes how important you guys are to this program.
He does a really good job of that, and I'm super thankful. Like Barrett and I, we're in this position just because of him, and he took a chance on us, and we just do whatever we can to help anybody out. And we're definitely we're definitely loved, and it's remarkable. So we just got to give that love back, and I feel like we do a pretty good job doing that.
So talk about the locker room.
Yeah.
You guys are in the locker room, and you guys see the unfiltered part of it. We always hear about this culture, and I've said to several of the people we've talked about today, I look at this 3-year progression. 3 years ago, the locker room was a little bit sus, as the kids might say.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Last
yes, sir.
year, it was a bunch of blue-collar guys, maybe not a ton of talent as much as there maybe was the year before, but the love all of a sudden worked.
Oh, man, yeah, it was so awesome, yeah.
And then this year, you've got the combination of the elite talent and all that.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Talk about that locker room and how, I mean, is that something you witnessed the difference of, too, and watch that progression to build into what it is today?
Absolutely. That's a great question. Yeah, it being able to be here for 3 years, you definitely see, like, the progression like you were talking about. And this year, like, you could tell in the preseason it was just a cool vibe, and, like, you felt like the camaraderie was there, and that's so essential for any team. Like, obviously you got to put a good product out on the court, but, like, off the court you got to be together, as you know. So, yeah, we definitely feel like that's there for sure.
All right, last 2 questions, really important.
Yes,
Who's
sir.
the best dancer on the team?
Oh, definitely not Sawyer. No offense to him, but maybe. I don't know. To be honest, maybe Nigel.
Okay.
Yeah, Nigel probably.
Who's got the worst locker?
Worst locker? Oh, Landon probably. He answered it off camera too. Yeah, it's definitely Lando. Sorry, bro.
Well, hey, man, congratulations on this. This is a conference championship. Every time you come in this gym from now going forward, when you see that plaque up there,
yes, sir.
You're a part of that. That's cool, man.
Heck yeah,
And,
absolutely.
The work you guys do is so important. I want you to make sure you know that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, let's pass it off to your
All
partner
right.
in crime.
Thank you so much.
Yep. Mr. Diebold.
How's everybody doing?
We're good, man. How are you?
I'm doing great.
I know you're shy, not a talker, so I'll see if we can get you to engage a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
So I've watched you compete in sports from when you were little bitty with all these same guys, and now you're in this position where you're, helping make sure that they're able to compete at the highest level. How does your experience of growing up around, like, total sports nut dad who's obsessed with all this stuff and you play in all these sports, how does it help you contribute in the role that you're in?
I think there's certainly a common competitiveness that comes with sports, whether it be any sport, and I think I see a lot of that in a lot of guys in our locker room, and I certainly have felt that. And so knowing that what that competitive striving to play a game, striving to play a sport feels like, it's a common feeling that's kind of unlike no other, and helps you strive for your goal for sure.
So when you think about recipe for brownies might call for one little pinch of some spice, and without it, the brownies aren't perfect.
Right.
And when you guys are in a position to you might get overlooked, and they might say, oh, these guys are just doing this. These are the real players. Talk about your understanding of how important your role is, and what you believe, and like when you wake up and you come to practice, what do you say about what ingredient am I going to be today?
We're kind of a Swiss Army knife, I guess, of sorts. We strive to do whatever needs to be done, helping these guys be able to prepare and compete at the highest level. And there's a lot that goes into not only in-game stuff that you might see on camera in the gym, but a lot of preparation that goes into seeing these guys play on Tuesday and Friday nights. So we want to make sure we're always ready to go, ready to play hard.
Well, I'm glad you got your piece of your net and you got to cut it down. You're a conference champion.
Yes, sir.
I'm proud of you, and we appreciate everything you've done for the kids that have gone through there. My son went through there and benefited from you guys, and so now's my chance to say thank you and congratulations.
Well, we'll most certainly appreciate your thank you, and we thank you guys for all you do to show some support for our program. So.
All right, well, man, conference champs, go Dogs. We're going to wrap it up. Pat's going to join me for some final thoughts.
So we're going to put a bow on it.
We will put a bow on it.
final score 58-50, Derek. Fayetteville, the outright conference champion. Can't say it was an easy road as they sit at 12-1 with one more conference game, 20-5 on the year. But just talk about just the journey to get here with 4 seniors, Derek, sprinkle of juniors, and 7 sophomores.
Yeah, this team has, you would look at their record and think, man, they've been rolling this year. But look at this. Heritage played last week on Friday. They played West.
Yes.
West put up 67 and gave up 30 to these guys.
Right.
There's been many teams in this league that have blown other teams out, and those teams have come to Fayetteville or hosted Fayetteville, and Fayetteville's managed to squeak out a win. That Fayetteville has had to be winners and hasn't been able to they haven't had many games lately where all the cylinders are firing at once.
Correct.
What I'm most impressed with this team is the way that they've stuck together and the way that they've found a way to win a lot of games that were really, really close. I mean, you're a few bounces away from being middle of the pack.
Right.
I mean, think about some of the games that have come down to one or two shots.
Absolutely, good point.
So it's great that you got Glasper. It's great that you got Gaines. But those guys are Gaines and Haney are sophomores. They're inconsistent. You know you're going to get your 25 from Glasper.
Right.
Everything else is sort of let's see what happens. Swiss Army knife. I thought Diebold had a great that's what he said he was.
Right.
But a lot of players on this team have had to do that.
Absolutely.
One night, Mason Simpson's putting up 15 and stroking it from 3, and then the next night you don't even know he's there.
Right.
And but somebody else steps up and does the same thing.
Speak on the coaching job of Coach Brad Stamps and his staff. Like I said, with the young basketball team and all the factors that they had to piece together with just basically having Landon Glasper back with and Sawyer Keith, Jack Irk. Just talk about that staff and the job that they were able to do this season.
Well, they had a pretty big challenge. I think that this was an incredible coaching job. If you think about just the psychological challenge of, I got Irk, who's my starting point guard returning, who might lose his spot.
Right.
I got Sawyer Keith, who's getting college looks and is counting. Everybody's thinking Keith's going to go up and put up 15 a game, and he's losing his minutes. You got Desmond Gray, who went out on the summer circuit and put up points. If you followed him on Twitter, that dude was getting buckets.
He did work.
Yeah, he's a sneaky scorer. He gets buckets around the basket. He works hard. He's smart. And all those guys had to, as coaches, you had to look at that and think, I got this core.
Right.
And last year we learned that when the locker rooms gelled, we can win games. Now I got a bunch of talent coming in. How do I get that talent to buy in to this?
Right.
And then how do I get these seniors to accept the talent?
Good point.
That's a lot of chemistry that has to be done, and they're kids. And to figure that out is an incredible coaching job. And, you go down that staff and you talk about Bogart and Rose and the experiences they've had coaching teams by themselves. And you got Bradford, D1, McDonald's All-Americans, Gatorade Player of the Year, who knows how to find, push guys to get certain things.
Correct.
But the maestro of it all and the culture king is Stamps. And Stamps has set one expectation, and that is be a light.
Right.
We're going to have a locker room that we have each other's backs, no matter what. And so there's been a whole lot that goes into this season. It's been impressive to watch. I don't think on paper that if anyone would have looked at that and said they would have been favorites in the conference starting into this season. So terrific job.
That's going to wrap it up for us here tonight at the Dog Pound. And the final home game of the regular season at Bulldog Arena, the Fayetteville Bulldogs win the outright conference championship with a 58-50 win over the Rogers Heritage War Eagles to go to 20-5, 12-1 on the league. Hey, want to thank our sponsors, Lindsay & Associates, and also 2 Storms Orthodontics for their sponsorship of our broadcast. That's going to do it for myself, my analyst, Derek Yoakley, and my producer, Demetrius Johnson. Hey, you guys have a great night, and we'll see you very soon as the next time up, Fayetteville takes on the Harbor Wildcats. Maybe weather delayed. If not, we'll be here on Friday. But for now, you've been watching Bulldog Basketball on the Hill Media TV. Good night, everybody. Be safe. And you know our last words. Let's get it. Hey, guys, this is Pat Jenkins of On the Hill Media and voice of Fayetteville High Bulldogs Athletics. Make sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's On the Hill Media. Make sure you hit the bell for all notifications. As we say, let's get it.
BBTV Network.
Crashing the glass. Got it? Communicate, run the floor. Here we go. Oh, you ain't even here. The volleyball line. It's about focus. It's about coming out here and doing what we ask you to do. I hear some of you coaching, but I don't feel a lot of